If your cat has ever licked your hand, your arm, or even your face, it probably felt simple, maybe a little cute, maybe a bit weird. But here's what most people never realize. That rough, sandpaper tongue? It's not a small gesture. It's one of the most powerful signals your cat has. A signal tied to trust, emotion, and instinct. And there's one meaning behind it that almost everyone gets completely wrong. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly what your cat is trying to tell you with every single lick. If you like learning how small behaviors reveal big truths about your cat, make sure you subscribe, because this is where things start to connect. Let's break it down. Number 1. The myth almost everyone believes. You've probably heard this before. Cats lick you because they're grooming you like you're another cat. Sounds reasonable, but it's only a fraction of the truth. Because grooming, or allogrooming, isn't casual for cats. It's not something they do freely, not something they give to just anyone. It's selective, reserved, intentional. In a cat's world, grooming is a ritual, and rituals like that are saved for their inner circle. Kittens, close companions, cats they trust enough to sleep beside without hesitation. So when your cat licks you, they're not just treating you like a cat. They're placing you in a very specific category. One that says, you belong to me, and I feel safe with you. That's not imitation. That's connection. Now picture the moment clearly. Your cat climbs into your lap, presses their body gently against you, leans their head in, and gives a few slow, focused licks. That's not random. That's chosen behavior, a deliberate act of closeness. Because for cats, grooming isn't just about cleaning. It's about bonding, reinforcing connection, maintaining emotional links between those they trust most. And once you start seeing it that way, that tiny lick stops being just cute. It becomes something much deeper, something ancient, something instinctive. But here's where it gets interesting. Because not every lick comes from bonding. Some of them come from something else entirely, something more intense, and often completely misunderstood. Number 2. The I'm calming myself through you signal. Have you ever noticed your cat licking you right after something unsettles them? A sudden noise, a quick movement, a moment where they seem just slightly off. Most people see that and think, they're being affectionate. But in many cases, that's not what's happening. Because licking isn't just social for cats. It's also regulatory, a way to stabilize themselves, to bring their nervous system back down. And when they choose you during that moment, it means something very specific. They're using your presence as an anchor, a point of safety, a place where they can reset. Because sometimes your cat isn't trying to soothe you at all. They're using you to soothe themselves. Here's why this matters. Licking releases endorphins, those natural calming chemicals that help them feel safe. It's the same biological comfort humans feel from a long hug or a warm hand on the shoulder. Picture this. Your cat jumps at a sudden noise, walks over to you, leans in, gives 1 or 2 slow licks, then settles like nothing happened. That tiny moment is them saying, I feel better because you're here. It's self-soothing wrapped in trust. And here's what most people miss. A cat won't use you for emotional regulation unless they feel deeply safe with you. That's a bond built over time through routine, scent, and quiet moments. Watch for the pattern. Head press, small lick, slow exhale, body relax. When you see those signs together, you're witnessing a calm-down ritual that's both primal and personal. But not every lick is emotional. Some are surprisingly practical and honestly pretty funny. Number 3. The you smell wrong and I'm fixing it lick. Picture this. You walk through the door after being outside. Maybe you pet a friend's dog or you put on a new lotion. Your cat comes over, sniffs your hand, squints, then gives 1 firm lick. That moment feels tiny, but it reveals something most people never realize. Your cat thinks your scent is wrong, and they're fixing it. Cats rely on scent to survive. It's one of their oldest instincts. When they notice that your identity tag has been altered, they go into what I call scent repair mode. That single lick starts the process of putting their familiar scent back on you. And here's why this is so interesting. This behavior is territorial, but in a soft, affectionate way. It's your cat saying, you're mine, and I want the world to know, not controlling, protective. You'll recognize the pattern. Sniff, pause, lick, then more licks until they're satisfied. It's a ritual you've probably seen, but never decoded. And hey, if this kind of insight makes your cat's behavior suddenly click, hit subscribe. It's the best way to help more cat lovers understand the hidden messages behind everyday habits. Because the next type of lick it isn't affectionate at all. It's a warning you should never ignore. Number 4, the warning lick. Most people think every lick is affectionate, but that's not true at all. In fact, one specific kind of lick is actually your cat's way of telling you, I'm done. Stop now. And this is where things get serious. Remember those moments when you're petting your cat, everything seems fine, and then suddenly swat, bite, jump away. It feels like it came out of nowhere, but it didn't. The warning lick almost always happens first. Picture the scene. You're stroking their back. They twist their head. Give your hand one slow lick. Their body stiffens and their eyes narrow just slightly. That single lick is the final signal before overstimulation tips into irritation. This isn't aggression, it's communication. Cats have low thresholds for repeated touch, especially on their back and tail. When that threshold gets hit, they use the warning lick as a polite version of enough. It's their last gentle option before they protect themselves the only way they know how. Pay attention to this pattern. One lick, freeze, tail twitch, stillness. If you see that sequence, stop petting. You're preventing a conflict before it happens. And this matters because the next type of lick is the complete opposite. It's tender. It's rare. And it means more than most owners ever realize. Number 5, the You're My Safe Place lick. If you've ever had your cat lick you while they're half asleep, purring, or kneading your blanket, pay close attention because that moment reveals something deep about how they see you. This isn't stress. This isn't territory. This is comfort at its purest form. Researchers say that kneading and slow, relaxed licking come from kittenhood instincts tied to nursing, warmth, and safety. When your cat repeats those behaviors with you, they're tapping into ancient memories of security. They're not thinking you're their parent. They're recognizing the feeling. Picture your cat curled beside you, eyelids heavy, paws flexing, tiny tongue touching your skin with no rush and no tension. That's not grooming. That's trust. And here's the part most people miss. Cats don't show this version of affection to everyone. They save it for the person who feels familiar, predictable, and emotionally safe. That's you. Watch for the pattern. Soft kneading, slow blinks, gentle licks. Together, those signals mean I feel completely protected here. It's one of the most tender messages a cat can give. If this resonates, drop a comment telling me when your cat tends to lick you most. You'll start noticing patterns you never saw before. This is where everything you've learned comes together. Because once you understand the hidden messages behind each type of lick, your entire relationship with your cat shifts. You now know that a lick isn't random. It's a signal shaped by instinct, emotion, and ancient survival behaviors. Family bonding, self-soothing, scent-correcting, warnings, deep primal safety. Each one carries its own meaning, and you can finally tell them apart. Think about how different your next interaction will feel. Instead of guessing, you'll recognize patterns like the one-lick freeze, the scent repair sniff, or the sleepy kneading lick combo. These moments become clearer, richer, more intentional. And here's why that matters. When you understand your cat's signals, you respond better. You respect limits. You reinforce trust. You strengthen the bond in ways your cat can actually understand. Most people never learn this language, but you have. So, the next time that tiny sandpaper tongue touches your skin, pause for a second. Notice the mood, the body language, the timing. There's always a message hidden in the moment. Because once you learn to read your cat's secret signals, even a single lick becomes something extraordinary.